Hello beautiful ladies and welcome back to the channel. Today I am super excited because we're going to be starting our wifehood preparation series on the channel. So if you're in a season of your life where you feel God calling you to prepare more towards your marriage in the future, or you're engaged, this series would be super beneficial to you. I'm going to be talking about the things that I'm learning on my personal journey to preparing to be a wife as well. I've made so many videos talking about singleness, being content in our singleness, and how to maximize and make the best out of that season. But we can do that while also not neglecting preparing for what we are praying for, which is to also be a godly wife. So to kick off this series, today's video is going to be particularly about becoming the best version of yourself. First, you want to grow as a woman so that when the right person comes along, they find in you a woman who is healed, whole, prepared, ready, who knows her identity, who knows exactly the value that she'll be bringing to a man in a godly marriage. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe and share this video. And also down in the description box, I have linked a free 7-day prayers for preparing to be a wife, which would be perfect for you to use alongside these videos as well. What you want to do is to know and walk in your identity in Christ before you become a wife. One thing you don't want to do is idolize marriage to the point where even when you become a wife, that should not be all there is to you. Being a wife is not your identity. Being single is not your identity either. Know your identity in Christ so that even as the seasons of your life changes, things around you are shifting, you are still rooted and solid in knowing that you are a daughter of God first. The world often tells us that we need another human being to complete us, but let me tell you, first and foremost, you have been made complete in Christ. You're not missing, you're not incomplete. You're fearfully and perfectly and wonderfully made. Even you becoming a married woman, you are adding to another person's life, so that you can also have a standard for the kind of husband that you would want in your life as well. If you don't know who you are, you kind of will fall for anything and accept anything as a standard. Like the bare minimum is a guy that tells you that he's a Christian. That is not enough, right? Know your identity, know your worth, so that even when it comes to choosing the right partner, you do it from a place where you're looking at things with a very clear perspective. The next thing is to embrace your season of growth. Look, let me tell you, I've spoken to so many people who, they've gotten married, they even got kids now and stuff, and they're like, we tend to rush each season of our lives because when you get to the next season, you can never get the past season back. You're never gonna get your past singleness back. Do you know what I mean? Make the most of where you are. Even when you get married, you're going to make the most of where you are before even kids come into the picture. Make the most of where you are now to grow. You have so much time right now before another person gets into the equation. And yes, waiting might be difficult and sometimes lonely, but look at the bigger picture. There's a way that you can wait on the Lord purposefully. You don't have to wait on God idly and just idolize in marriage. Wait with an expectant heart, but also prepare for what you are waiting for as well in this season. Discover your gifts, your passions, your purpose. When you get so wrapped up in your relationship with God, when you get so busy, productive, you're being fruitful as a woman, that makes you even more valuable. That puts you in a better position to be chosen by your godly partner. Remember Ruth. Before Boaz found her working in the field. Boaz found her busy. Even Boaz asked around about her and people were saying only good things about her. Imagine if Ruth was not doing the things she was doing. He wouldn't have known that this is the right woman for me. Develop yourself, work on yourself, because as much as we're praying for a godly man who has this and this and this, you also want to be that godly woman that another man is praying for. Another example in the Bible is Queen Esther. She spent a year preparing to meet the king. God wants to take you through a beautification process where he's pruning your character, he's working on your heart, he is developing you, he is making you into gold. During that time, Esther strengthened herself, she strengthened her faith. When the time came, when she became a queen, when it was time for her to walk into her purpose and step up for her people, she did. The next thing is to cultivate your inner beauty and your character. Let me tell you, focus so much on being a beautiful woman, but you're not a woman that can pray. You're not a woman that is kind to people. You're not a woman that's in her word. You're not a woman that, her life is pointing people to God. It's not just about the outward beauty. The inner beauty matters so much to God, as well as to your future husband as well. They're far more valuable than outward appearance. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 3 to 4 tells us, let your adorning not be the outward adorning of plaiting the hair, of wearing gold, of putting on certain clothes, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, that which cannot be corrupt, the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in God's sight a great prize. That is being a Proverbs 31 woman. You have a certain character to you. You are strong, you're dignified, even the way you carry yourself, the way you speak to people. You have confidence in your identity. These are things that you might not be perfect at, but be intentional about working on from now. The next thing to do in order to become the best version of yourself is to work on your purpose and your passion. Identify the areas where you want to grow and set specific and clear goals for yourself to meet. It says whether that is cooking, whether that is managing finances, whether that is improving communication skills, or developing any skill that is practical that you need to make use of when you're married as well. Even having hobbies can enrich your life and really make you a well-rounded partner and more interesting things that you are up to. Don't just spend time praying for a husband. You're not doing anything practical in the meantime. What is it that God has placed in your heart to do? It could be a business, it could be to do with ministry, it could be to do with serving in your church. Whatever God has placed in your heart to do it. You have talent, you have a gift. Don't let them go to waste. Work on those things, cultivate these gifts within you, and you will see them grow. The only thing that's going to grow in your life is the things that you water, is the things that you nurture and take care of, is the things that you are diligent in that is going to bear fruit in your life. So be a passionate woman. Find out things that you're really, really good at. Find out, ask God, what is my purpose? What am I to be working on? How can I steward this season effectively? Because you don't want to look back and feel like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did this then. It could be traveling, it could be making more memories. There's so much goodness that can be done in this season of your life. And the final thing for me to mention is to let go of past hurts and forgive. I might talk more about this in the next video, but I did talk about this in our recent series I had about healing girls series, where I talk about healing your emotions and forgiving what needs to be forgiven. You don't want to walk into a marriage and you are carrying baggages and things that you've not healed from. This is the best time. There's a different level of healing that you will have when you have a partner, definitely a godly partner, but begin that healing journey now, because you don't want to bleed on an innocent person. You don't want your scars, to affect even how you show up, even how you interact with this person. Look at things that are essential for your healing and growth, and be vulnerable with the Lord and ask Him to heal your heart, to heal your wounds, to help you, deliver you from any past trauma or whatever is hindering you in any way, because trust me, anything that you don't address will be a stumbling block in your life, not just in marriage but in your life generally. So you want to address those things now. You want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people that are speaking life over you, not people that are tearing you down, building down your self-esteem, people that are not supportive, people that are not godly. Surround yourself with the right people who will challenge you to grow, people who uplift you on this journey, who you can encourage each other on this walk with God. That's it for today. Remember that you are complete in Christ. You cultivate your inner beauty to your God-given purpose. Trust that in God's perfect timing the right person will come along, but in the meantime, don't just fold your hands and be waiting for them. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video has been a blessing to you. Comment down your thoughts below, and I'll see you guys in the remaining series as well. See you next week.